Until now, we had been observing the Rao family. Siya was surprised to see them there, and even more so when she saw a different side of Manav for Siya. But the three brothers sitting there were not at all happy about this. In the midst of this, the youngest son of the Rao family, Ram, scolds Siya in a slightly raised voice. As soon as he finishes speaking, a gunshot rings out. With that, everyone except Manav and Siya lowered their heads. They couldn't understand who had suddenly fired the shot. After a brief silence, when they lifted their heads, they saw a large flower pot behind Naksh, shattered, and lying on the ground due to the bullet. After that, they all look ahead, where Manav was holding a gun with a silencer attached. There was still a faint smoke coming from it. This proved that Manav had fired the shot. Seeing this, Ram, the eldest son of the Rao family, became very angry. He stood up and shouted at Manav, "Mr. Bajaj, what is this behavior? How dare you shoot at my brother? If he had been hit, then do you know what would have happened? Why did you do this? We were just talking peacefully here, then why all this?" In response, Manav, playing with his gun, twirls it around, and looking at Ram says, "But I absolutely dislike it when someone raises their voice here." While saying this, he was pointing at Siya, who was sitting quietly in his lap. She was behaving as if nothing had happened. Manav then says, "And the second reason was so that you people, who have forgotten your rightful place, can remember it. You should remember that this is my home, Manav Bajaj's, and I do not like anyone's raised voice here." Seeing Manav getting angry, Mr. Avinash quickly stands up and gestures for Ram to sit down quietly. Looking at Manav, he speaks in an apologetic tone. "I apologize, Mr. Bajaj. You see, when it comes to his brothers or family, my son forgets everything. It won't happen again. Just forgive him this time." All this was being said in a very scared and hesitant manner, but Manav did not react to it at all. Ignoring them completely, he looks at Siya. He raises her face slightly and looking into her eyes says, "These people have come here to take you. They say that you are a part of their family, and now they want to take you back there. Therefore, I leave the decision to you about what you want to do and where you want to go. I will not ask you a single question. Whatever your decision will be, I will accept it." Hearing Manav's words, a big smile appears on Mr. Avinash's face. Listening to Manav, his heart fills with joy as he still believes that Siya is still the same girl who would not have the courage to dismiss any of their words. Whatever she says, she will quietly accept. Then looking at Siya, he says, "Siya." And Siya looks at him. He continues, "Dear, do you know how much we and your brothers were searching for you? We were so worried about you. At least you should have told us that you are okay, safe. How could you be so careless? Do you know how much trouble you have caused us? And your mother." He was saying this when Siya gets up from Manav's lap and sits on the sofa there. There was no emotion on her face, nor were her eyes expressing anything. Siya glances at the four of them and in a very emotionless voice, mocking them, says, "What is wrong with all of you? Or is there something else left to say?" To which no one sitting there responds. Siya looks at them and says, "I had a reason to come there." To which the second son of the Rao family, Adik, who had been silent until now, says, "Siya, why do you need a reason to come? You are a part of the Rao family." To which Siya replies, "No, I am not a part of the Rao family. I have no relation with the Rao family. So by what right are you taking me? That's why I am asking, what is the reason?" Ram, calming himself, explains to Siya, "Siya, you are the daughter of the Rawat family, a part of the Rao family, and we are a family. That's why we have come to take you away by that right." To which Siya looks at him with a mocking smile, which everyone sitting there understood well. She continues in a mocking tone, "Mr. Ram Rao, what did you say? Family, daughter, relation? You all remember this now. Why didn't you remember it when I was there? Back then, you all were the ones who kept telling us that you have no relation with us. And now when I am saying this, you suddenly remember all these things. You are all such hypocrites." Mr. Avinash interjects, "Siya, that's not the case." To which Siya retorts, "Then what is the case?" Mr. Avinash finds himself at a loss for words. Because there was a truth in Siya's words that forced them to remain silent. Additionally, there was another reason behind their silence, and that was Manav Bajaj. He could have forcibly taken Siya away from there, but with Manav around, they could not approach her without his consent. They knew this very well. That's why they quietly suppressed their insult and anger within themselves. Meanwhile, Naksh could no longer tolerate the insult to his brothers and father. Looking at Siya, he says, "What new drama is this of yours? Do you think that if you behave like this, we will treat you like royalty, accept you as our own? You should be grateful that after everything you did to Ragini, we still came to take you home. Do you even know what condition Ragini is in because of you? But why would you care, right? You only like to think about yourself." And then looking at Manav, he says, "And it seems someone is fulfilling all your needs. That's why you don't need us anymore. That's why you are so arrogant, right? But remember one thing. This situation will not always remain the same. There is no guarantee of that. So, I am telling you for the last time, go home quietly, apologize to Ragini, and everything will go back to how it was before." Saying this, Sia burst into loud laughter. She couldn't control her laughter. Tears even welled up in her eyes from laughing so hard. Then, seeing everyone looking at her strangely, she controlled her laughter and said, "Sorry, what can I do, Mr. Naksh? You made such a good joke that I couldn't control my laughter." Then, suddenly becoming serious, anger and hatred were clearly visible in her eyes. In a terrifying tone, she says, "Apologizing will make everything go back to how it was? That was a very cheap joke. Don't make such jokes in front of me again. And what did you say? After doing all this to your sister, I still have the audacity? I don't understand one thing. You have grown up, but your mental state is worse than that of a child. You can't even understand such small things. And I did something wrong? What? Seriously?" To which Ram asks, "What do you want to say?" Sia looks at him and says, "It doesn't matter, mister. You will all think whatever I say is a lie. And I don't waste my energy on meaningless things." To which Ram again says, "What happened, Sia?" Sia looks at him and locking eyes with him says, "You know, when I first met all three of you, I always thought how smart and capable you all are, how you handle big businesses. Your education is at such a high level that I can only imagine what your knowledge level must be. But now, do you know what I think? I think that among all the people I have met so far, you all are the most foolish and blind. You have eyes and ears, yet you are blind and deaf." To which Adik says, "Sia, stop beating around the bush and get to the point. Tell us the main issue." To which Sia relaxes and says, "The main issue is that, as you all think, I am troubling Ragini. I locked Ragini in a room, beat her, threatened her, and at that moment you all came there and saved her. And she pushed me in self-defense." To which no one sitting there says anything. Then Naksh says, "Do you think that if you tell such things in a roundabout way, we will believe you? I am telling you right now, try your winning tricks on someone else." To which Sia, a little angrily and in a dangerous tone, plays back, "When I am talking, no one will interrupt me." This was a warning in a tone that would force a good child to sit quietly. To which Ram says, "Calm down, let her finish her point." So Sia says that a well-trained girl from childhood, who has been taught martial arts, karate, can't defend herself against a weaker girl like me who blocks her in her room against her will, beats her, threatens her, and at that moment, her hero, her protector, her brother and her father go there and save her from a girl like me. After that, you all believe her words and without giving me a chance to explain myself, send me straight to a mental hospital, where I was tortured day and night, beaten, kept hungry, electric shocks were given. But even then, not a single one of you came to check on me. Suddenly, when I escaped from there, and after such a long time, you all suddenly remember me. You all remember that there is a girl named Sia who is a part of your family, whom you never considered. But she is. And suddenly, you all start caring about me. You care so much that you directly barge into someone else's house. What a thing! I salute you all." To which Naksh says, "This girl should stop making up stories. Do you think that if you tell us such nonsense, we will believe you? And you want to make us feel guilty, right? So that we accept you? Come on, I give you a good opportunity. Go apologize to Ragini, and in return we will think about you. What do you say, isn't that good?" Sia mocks him, saying, "This place is just like you, third class." And then looking at the guard standing there, she says, "If anyone is allowed into my house like this again, you all won't be seen here the very next minute. Do you understand what I'm saying?" And then looking at Manav, she says, "You are a grumpy person. This is the first and last time I'm telling you. From now on, don't waste my time on such useless people, and I don't want such people around me or you. Got it? Then, she looks at Leela G, who is standing behind, and while getting up, she says, Leela auntie, please get these uninvited guests out of the house and prepare breakfast for me. I will be back after freshening up. And then, giving Manav a glance, she starts to go upstairs. Just then, Mr. Avinash stops her from behind and says, Listen to me once, guys. I am sure that after hearing what I have to say, you will want to be with us. After that, he sets so much confidence. Siya stops there and starts looking at them. She also wanted to know what was it that was giving them so much confidence. Seeing Siya stop, Mr. Avinash quickly starts saying, We know you are angry with us, but won't you come for your grandfather? You know, when he understood that you were missing, his health deteriorated so much that he even had a heart attack. His health is getting worse day by day, and even in such a condition, he just wants to see you. Won't you go with us then? Hearing his words, Siya remembers the moment she spent with her grandfather, and knowing about his health, she feels a bit emotional. She doesn't show this to anyone. And then, looking at the four of them, she says, Now I understand everything. That's what I was saying. Why you all suddenly seemed so desperate for me. She shakes her head and goes upstairs. As Siya goes up, everyone starts looking at Manav. Manav looks at the guard standing there and says, Did you not hear what your madam said? Or do you want me to tell you this in my own way? To which the guards were moving forward. An impatient Manav looks at him and says, I don't understand one thing, Mr. Bajaj. Why are you getting so involved in our family matters? What does it have to do with you? And why have you kept Siya with you? He has also kept everything about her hidden from us. I can say with full guarantee that you were the one who prevented all the information about Siya from reaching us. What is your relation to her? Manav looks at him. Manav Bajaj is not obliged to answer anyone's questions, and I don't need to tell someone like you why I check on her or for what purpose, and whatever relationship I have with Siya, it is such that it is above all of you, and none of you can reach that level. Don't leave my house, and from now on, if you come here like this, you will be leaving on your own feet this time. Next time, your corpses will be leaving from here. This is a threat. And I don't like to talk. I like to take action. So from now on, keep this in mind. No gate loss. So what do you all think? Was Sia's action right or wrong?